All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Regular. Hey, alert 33.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
King. 26 Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. 26 Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. This is bad. Come on. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, alert 3. Shift.
You're out. Under crunch. Shift.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Howard. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Joker. Watch the twist. Check. Fresno. Squeeze. Crunch. Switch.
They go play action with Brissett. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
180.
36-yard line.
Let's go, team. Dixie. Run. Step it up. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On the toss play, Howard. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Set. 60 on. Check. 53. Run, go. Here we go, team. Here I come. Here I come.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Enunwa, the intended target.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Landry, the intended target. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first down, they run with Howard. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Check safety, check safety. Hey, hey, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill, kill, kill. What?
This is Howard on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run with Howard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Wahoo. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check, check. It's going to be a... It's going to be a
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Brissett. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
26 Mike. Get the ball. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
King.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
20. You better break. You better break. I'm letting you know right now. You better break. Check 37.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Brissett to throw on first. It's caught. Block it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This complete to Lockett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Brissett sets to throw it. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get tight. Let's go. Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. He'll get this to Eckler. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They come up in an offset eye. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go with Howard again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Same. Check 15, check 15. Check 31, check 31.
Brissett from the gun on third. Got an open man, that's Campbell. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
First down, Brissett. Ebron's got it.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw, Brissett. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41.
Let's get off the field, D. 53 to Mike. 53. Check it out.
Again, it's Brissett. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Check 13. Check 13.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Check 9, check 9.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check 43. Kill. Check.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
One play has them up past the 40 already. And another 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mayfield with it once more. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Throwing, Mayfield, and he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Jam.
This is Hines. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. No.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Slam. Hey, alert 3. Jam. Hustle.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on second down. Brissett. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. To throw is Brissett. Ebron caught left side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Third and 2.
Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. All right, T. All right, T. Check the backer. Check the backer. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Brissett, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection. That time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Give me that ball,
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Not today.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Watch your slack, watch your slack, watch your slack.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with McCaffrey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Colts 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He was waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Hoyer, he's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And an alley to run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
And the Browns